We've got two different Kansept knives we're going to be checking out in this video. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And these are two Kansept knives. I believe these are newer models. I'll have them linked down below so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. And let's go ahead and cut to the chase and jump right in. This first one is going to be something special, guys. We're going to be looking at the Eagle Strike. Let me just go ahead and get the Rivery Zero here to do the honors, right, really quick. James Lowe design, Blackwash CPM S35VN steel with a black anodized titanium handle and a diamond pattern. So it looks like we have black on black for this one. Let's check it out here. Of course, typical Kansept unboxing. We have some paperwork here with a wiping cloth, and then we have some extra omega springs. So you know this guy here is going to be a crossbar lock. We got the Kansept fabric little pouch here with a leather strap. And here is the knife, guys, the Eagle Strike. That's a pretty cool name, I'm not gonna lie. So let's find out what this one's all about. I believe this one was on pre-order. It may or may not still be on pre-order, or perhaps it has already released. But I mean, right off the bat, it gives me vibes of being a large knife. The handle already feels large, and you know, wait until we go ahead and deploy that blade. But what's interesting here we have the diamond pattern. And if you know anything about me, guys, I am a sucker for this type of milling right here, right? This is my cup of tea all day. You've seen it here on the channel in other, you know, favorite knives like the Kumbu Chat here or the Demco 8020.5. So that's my cup of tea all day. And the black and yellow here, black and gold color combo absolutely pops. So I'm digging that right off the bat. We have a titanium pocket clip. Titanium, yes it is. No pull there. And let's see, we do have steel liners. I'm getting pull there. But we probably have, yeah, it is going to be a titanium backspacer. I'm only getting pull there from the actual liners themselves. The pocket clip is not reversible. I'm sure they just wanted to preserve the, you know, nice looking show side. Maybe they have a lefty version. I'll have these linked down below so you guys can check them out, see what's available, what other variants there are. I know they have this one on lightning strike variants and plain tie variants and all that, but let's go ahead and bam, get her deployed. Holy macaroni, guys. Definitely a larger knife without a doubt. Let me go ahead and get a little wipe, you know, a little wiping situation going on here just to get the oils off. We got that matching black wash on the blade for that black on black. We said this was S35VN steel. Let's get a little closer look here. And we have a very interesting sort of, you know, little lines there for character on the knife. I'm digging that for sure. Again, James Lowe design. Pretty interesting drop point blade. Right? It's got this little Nesmuk looking piece here, but then it drops. We've seen that in a few other knives here and there. But yeah, mostly a drop point blade, if you ask me. We got a flat grind going on with a very substantial wedge up there. And a very pokey tip. Like, you know, that favorite YouTuber of yours says, pokey tip. Now let's check the action. Whoa, that is way too much action. Right, let's kind of calibrate the flick of the wrist because you don't want to overdo it. Right, if you overdo it, that's what I did the first time, but now I'm getting the hang of it here. Oh yeah, that is nice. Of course, it's going to be on ball bearing, so it's going to roll out very smooth. So very good implementation, very comfortable to use and operate as a crossbar lock. Of course, you got thumb studs there for deployment. You can do that. You can reverse flick off of the nail of the middle finger, which is my favorite way to do it. Absolutely sign me up. Good alignment there, smack in the middle, as you would expect. And plenty of handle. I mean, we got handle here for days. My baby hands are not going to do it justice. This is a large knife. I want to say borderline extra large. I don't know, but it definitely deserves a nice quick overall measurement here, just to give you a ballpark. Yeah, definitely over 8 inches, 8.25 to be exact. The overall length on the blade is going to be 3.75 with a 3.5 on the cutting path. Now the box says 3.73, so I'm sure they're talking about the whole blade, not just the cutting path. And then the handle is going to be just a hair over 4.5, like 4.6, 4.65 or so. But needless to say, this is an absolute tank, right? Very robust. That's what overdoing it feels like. So again, calibrating it, still getting the hang of it, right? Very smooth ball bearing action and plenty of grip from that diamond pattern right there. I tell you what. A little rapid fire acoustic check before we move on to the next one. And let's go ahead and have it do the honors here on the next one here. All right, this one's gonna be a Fenrir, but it's not gonna be just any Fenrir, right? They have been just really doing the Fenrir up with so many different options. You got a wiping cloth and paperwork here. And then here is the knife. Let's go ahead and take a look. Now, if you're new to the knife scene, right, just know the Fenrir is a heck of a knife. And if you've been around for any amount of time, you already know the Fenrir is one of Kansept's most popular knives. And holy smokes, guys, they absolutely outdid themselves on this one. Check this beauty out. Holy macaroni. So we have titanium, of course, on the handles here. And I like the sort of bee blasted finish on sort of the surface, but on the deep grooves of the milling here, we have kind of like a gold finish. That is rad. I gotta tell you, that is absolutely rad right there. I am digging it. We have blue anodized hardware and thumb studs throughout the knife. It is going to be a, well, sandwich construction here with no internal liners, right? Just the slabs of titanium with two standoffs. We have a matching titanium pocket clip that is not reversible, something to keep in mind. And we have a lanyard hole solution there for my lanyard people. Now, they have plenty of other models like the crossbar lock or the button operated liner lock that have reversible pocket clips, especially on the Tenable lineup. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this one deployed here because this one is the frame lock version. And guess what? The frame lock version brings the front flipper. Absolutely dig a good old front flipper. Of course, we got thumb studs for deployment as well. But here we go, front flipper for the win. And bam, there it is. Now that didn't feel just quite right. Now that is what I'm talking about right there. One more time. Oh man, come on. We can do this all day. Captain America style. One last time for fair measure and scientific purposes. Now we got that thumb stud deployment as well, and we can reverse flick also. That feels really good to do as well. So all deployment options here are absolutely rock solid. And again, it is going to be a frame lock. So we have a steel insert for steel on steel contact. Check that out. And we have a little bit of a cutout here on the lock bar just to be able to disengage. That's a great thing about the Fenrir. You got so many options. This is the OG setup with the frame lock, but it actually has a button operated liner lock option you can pick from. It has a good old plunge lock, button lock offerings as well. It has a crossbar lock offering. You know, there's just everything under the rainbow. Whatever your favorite locking mechanism is, chances are the Fenrir absolutely has it. Now, when it comes to ergos, absolutely, you know, all day 4-finger grip on the handle here. We can forward choke all day because that's just where it's at with that finger choil and the thumb here behind the harpoon. And then, of course, we got to talk about the elephant in the room here. Check out the blade, man. That is a gorgeous looking blade, right? Sparrow Knife Works, aka Greg Schaub, absolutely outdid himself on this one. Loving the sort of harpoon going on there, which is looking nice. And then a pretty tall flat grind going on here. You know, this one's going to be absolutely very, very slicey. The recipe on the Fenrir is just amazing in all fronts. And I know people right now are collecting Fenrirs. There's so many of them out there with so many variants. And in case you don't know, the Tenable lineup, which is the more affordable counterpart here from Kansept Knives, also has their fair share of different models. Side of the index finger deployment, that's good. And then reach around, yeah, that's also solid. But yeah, if the premium version here on the Kansept lineup maybe it's too much money for you or what have you, you definitely got to check out the Tenable counterpart. So I figured, why don't I go ahead and just show you guys, right? So this is the one we are looking at right here. Again, this one is the frame lock version. I believe this is the only one you're going to find with a front flipper. So we have that. Also in the Kansept lineup, for example, the 5-year anniversary one came with a crossbar lock, right? So that one's also looking pretty good. As you can see, no front flipper on that one. And then they have good old plunge lock, button lock versions, like this one here with the silver copper foil, or this plunge lock, button lock here with the copper foil. Or like I said, you know, you can check out the Tenable lineup and they have crossbar locks, and they also have the button operated liner lock here, like this one with aluminum scales, also looking very nice. So plenty of options to choose from, whether it be a Kansept, right, main brand, or a budget brand like the Tenable variants as well. Of course, you're looking at more premium steels here and more budget steels on this one by comparison. So needless to say, you absolutely cannot go wrong with the Fenrir, whichever flavor, color, wave you decide to go with. But here is the Eagle Strike by comparison. It is going to be a much larger knife there without a doubt, right? If I can just take out one Fenrir just to bring this guy in a little bit, you can see, right? Absolutely quite a bit of a size difference there or so. Guys, let me know your thoughts on these. What do you guys love about these knives? What do you like about them? What do you love about them? Is there anything you dislike about them? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. Again, links to all these down below in the description and pinned comments so you guys can check them out. Prices, availability, and variants. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that is entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Either this one or this one. Peace.